Welcome to Off the Record with the Oracle, where the cameras aren't rolling and everything is strictly off the record. It's never been easier to have a say, with so many polarising people and topics, and the accessibility of social media. Everyone's throwing in their 2 cents wherever they can. Tonight, we take a look at the art of ignorance, and shine a light on a few topics that the uninformed should probably shy away from. Come on, let's have some fun. So what are the topics that people love to comment on, and how much evidence is there to back up our opinions? Crime's a biggie. Did OJ savagely murder Nicole Simpson and Rodney Goldman? I mean, the DNA evidence would suggest so. There's photo evidence. His alibi wasn't very strong. But did the glove fit? Was I there? I couldn't tell you. I don't know. Jack DeBellin. Now we all know what he's been accused of. You've seen the text messages. There's witness statements. There's a plethora of evidence to suggest that he's guilty. But was I there? No. Was I in on the orgy? No. So don't ask me. I don't know. I don't know. The moon landing, one of the most well-documented events in human history. Neil Armstrong stepping foot on the moon. Buzz Aldrin there to witness it. Them live streaming it to the American public. The race between the Russians. There's been books. There's been movies written on this. But was I there? Am I an astronaut with NASA? Can I confirm this? Have we been back since? No. I don't know. Do you understand? I couldn't tell you if we've been there. So don't ask me. The Middle East is hot goss again, and everyone's been forced to pick a side. Are you siding with Israel or Palestine? But what about the average Dick or Daisy? How are they supposed to pick a side when they don't know what the fuck's going on?
Come on.
Kick.
Get in.
Kick.
Three.
Yeah.
You're back a roughie.
Boys, got those low-carb soda waters you asked for, hey? Get in.
Cheers, fellas.
What are we watching?
UFC Gaza.
Oh yeah, I heard about this. This the Israel-Palestine thing?
Alternative dispute resolution.
Yeah, about the only thing they haven't tried.
Where do you sit on it all?
I mean, I guess, it's wow. Like, just really...
And this bloke reckons a two-state solution still has legs.
Look, all I'm saying is that drawing a border still seems like the fairest way to go about it.
It does.
Mate, you're conflating fair with pragmatic.
He's always doing that.
Look, in an ideal world, maybe.
Maybe.
But it's done now. How are you going to move that many settlers?
How are you going to do it?
Oh. So is the West Bank fully annexed then?
Is it?
More or less, mate.
Pretty much a done deal, mate.
Oh, so you agree it's unviable then?
Oh, look, I mean, would I describe it as unviable? I don't know. It's a complex. Look, unviable, unreliable. Uncle. Look, I don't know. These are all just unwords. You're just throwing at me here. I mean, who can really say what? Yeah, I'm not saying I'm racist. Bit of this, bit of that. You just can't. Look.
But you've got to consider the alternative.
You've simply got to consider yourself.
A one-state solution? Really?
Get your head out of your ass.
So all those Muslims you're planning on naturalising, they're keen to be run by a Jewish regime?
Jewish?
Or do you think Israel's about to transition into a democratic state? Because that ain't happening, brother.
I don't see why we can't have both. A united state that still recognises its Jewish culture. Does that sound that implausible to you?
It's ridiculous. It wouldn't work.
You're unbelievable, mate. I just think it's gone on too long now,
I'm with you, brother.
They gotta figure something out.
They really do.
And look, whatever they choose, that's it.
Agreed.
Nip it in the bud.
Two-state solution, one-state solution.
Whichever they go with.
It just has to be...
The final solution. I mean, that's one option.
It doesn't sound like the worst thing in the world, Poor bloke. We've all been there. And he's not alone. We took to the streets of Sydney to find out how eager people are to appear informed. And the results might shock you. The head LNP ministers blamed the latest COVID outbreak in Victoria on the Somalian community. Do you think Peter Dutton has a point?
Mate, Peter Dutton, is something wrong with that bloke?
I'm inclined to agree. Peter Dutton has announced that Australian nationals will be welcome back from India. They'll just have to quarantine on Nauru. Do you think that's an affront on human rights?
Of course. Classic Peter.
I think it's a delicate situation. I think there's a lot of matters or factors to it.
Peter, just get your shit together. Right? Just improve, because it's not. You can't be blaming this on other people. This is your fault.
Exactly. Government, take some responsibility, would you? Will Smith's reportedly come out as bisexual. He's had a horrid 2020. Do you think this is the right move for his career?
I mean, some people are against it, some people are for it. It could...
I respect all genders, sexes and races.
Look, if that's something that he wants to do for his career, then, I hope it's best of luck to him.
Yeah, I actually saw him on my grinder.
Could give him a second life in Hollywood, possibly.
Maybe, perhaps, yeah.
Max, you look like you stay aware of news and current events. Donald Trump's coming out with his podcast, Wake Up with Don. Would you listen to that at all?
No. In fact, the quicker he goes up there, the better.
Up there or down there?
Down there.
So Moses, Triple J's been copping a little bit of flack for giving airtime to Cardi B's new hit single BBC. Now, I know you're probably aware of it.
Yeah.
Big Black Casserole. Now, do you think they deserve the flack they're getting for giving it airtime?
No, I don't think so. I feel it's a pretty good song and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just talk about Big Black Casserole.
Do you think it slaps as hard as WAP?
Yeah, I think it does.
Have you heard of WAP?
No, rap.
No, WAP. Wet ass pussy?
No, I don't. That's why I stay away from today's music.
Out of 10, what would you rate BBC or my BBC?
I'll probably give it 11.
11?
Yeah.
There you go. We've got a big Cardi B fan here. Nick Kyrgios is in the news at the moment. He's looking to transition and play against the women, obviously to increase his ranking and finally get the world #1 position. Do you think it is fair if he goes up against the women?
I mean, we're a equal country, so yeah, I reckon it's alright.
I'd agree. You don't think there's any unfair advantage if Nick decides to go against the women?
Men are usually stronger, and I'm not trying to be stereotypical or anything, but yeah. I mean, there might be a disadvantage for the women. But
So it has been reported that Guy Sebastian has come out, that he was being spotted on a Grindr account. This is it's a real news story. It came out yesterday. Good for Guy. I mean, we all probably saw it coming.
yeah, probably.
The Beatles are going to get the band back together and go on a world tour. Would you go and see them, or do you think they're a bit past it?
Oh, absolutely. No, I definitely would. I don't think it's been too long for them to make a comeback.
To be honest, I don't know.
It's fair to say I don't know. It's fair to say. So that's the everyman, confident in the face of ignorance. But what about the brainiacs, the men and women who we trust to know their stuff? I sat down with one of the smartest men in the world, Bill Gates, to see if I could poke some holes in his knowledge. Mr. Gates, thank you for joining me. You're recently single. I'm sorry to hear about that, but you're back on the dating scene. You seen much action? And if so, where?
There were always contests at the library in the summer where there were 5 or 6 girls, and we'd see, who could do the most.
Bill, that's disgusting. You're a chauvinistic pig, and I'm appalled. But if you want to take the interview in that direction, what's your record in one night?
There's an unbelievable number of them, 40 of them.
40? What are you swiping right on everything, Bill? Let's change it up a bit. Let's talk about your relationship with Melinda. How did you keep it spicy in the bedroom for all those years?
It was a broad set of things. Eventually, a fair bit of science fiction.
Role play? Is that what you're talking about?
Intrigued me.
You seem to have a lot of experience, a bit of EXP under the belt, Bill. How old were you when you lost your V-plates?
I was 13.
Jesus.
It's a bit of a tragedy with 2 young boys and I.
Excuse me?
That had the most impact.
A question without notice, Bill. You're obviously a man that knows a little about a lot. Manly, on fire at the moment. If you're Freddie Fittler, you're picking both Trebojevic brothers and you're 17?
They have this great friendship. One who is sort of intentionally trying to be good at things.
Jake, yeah, good bloke. Tradesman-like.
And the other just kind of naturally great at sports and has this wonderful energy. And
Tommy Turbo, that's who you're talking about.
Is incredibly good.
I'd have you selecting the side over Sterlo, Bill. But thank you for your time, Mr. Gates. It's been a privilege. I think it's safe to say that ignorance still carries a certain charm. So don't be a hero. The next time someone asks you a question and you're out of your depth, just say, I'm not sure. I don't know. I haven't looked into it. Stop asking me. And remember, you didn't hear it from me.